fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing multi-colored trunks, fighting out of and representing Pupejanto, Puerto Rico. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 147 pounds even. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with 28 wins, no losses, 24 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome one of the young stars of boxing today, making his 9th defense of his title, introducing the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, Felix Tito Trinidad. Once again, our referee in charge. Now to give instructions, we have Richard Steele.
Okay, I spoke to both fighters in the dressing room. I'm cautioning again. Obey my commands at all times. Is there any question? Shake hands and good luck.
Despite being 28-0 at 24 KOs and close to being considered a great champion, the chin of Felix Trinidad remains a question mark. He's been down, but never out. And Freddie Pendleton, he says he's very comfortable at this weight, telling us this is my weight, 147. He claims he lost the 135-pound title because of his weight. He says he got a raw deal against Rafael Ruelas. We'll see what happens here. He comes right out. Winging does Freddie Pendleton, the challenger.
He got nothing to lose. He said he's going to come out. He's got the heavy punch. And if this kid gets in trouble, if Trinidad gets in trouble, he'll finish him off. We'll see.
Trinidad says, because I've been knocked down doesn't mean I have a weak chin. Many great champions have been knocked down. Despite that, Pendleton at 33 with a less than impressive 40-24 record. A big underdog, even though he's a former lightweight champ.
You know, Pendleton's last fight he fought at 148. 4 or 5 fights over the past 2 years have been at 147, so he is not a stranger to this weight.
And he's comfortable at it. You know, he doesn't have to make weight here. He's comfortable. So is Trinidad. I mean, Trinidad has no problem with it.
Trinidad feels that Pendleton will come out throwing bombs right from the outset. He calls him a serious opponent because of his experience and power, but talk is cheap. Trinidad says, I'm going to explode my bomb first. I don't think this will go to the distance.
Well, you can see that Tito has some respect for Frankie's power, because when he had no respect, like when he fought Camacho, he just ran through him, ran to him every chance he got. Here, he's being very careful, and he's not taking too many chances.
Well, he's got the example of what happened a few minutes ago right in this ring. A last-minute knockout, so he knows it can happen to him in one punch. But that's not. I think the problem is more, and Freddie's fighting a little jinky. How can I say it? His eyes are a little bit wide open.
Well, 14 of Trinidad's last 15 fights did not go the distance. Only Camacho, as you point out, Bobby, has managed to reach the final bell with Felix Trinidad the last 5 years.
Freddie Pendleton has really come into his own over the past 4 or 5 years. He's actually been in the ring with 12 champions, former world champions or current, 2 of them twice. He's had a list of who's who and who he's fought, and certainly he's lost a lot of them, but he's really come into his own. He's got a lot of confidence. He's punching better, he's moving better, and I'll tell you what, early on I like his chances to do very well.
He's a seasoned pro, lots of experience, very tough, good ability, hand speed, aggressive, dangerous, but many feel just not in the same class as Felix Trinidad.
Well, if his nickname's anything to go by, he shouldn't be scared. He should be fearless.
So I think at this weight, though, Tito's been here for a considerably longer period of time. He's comfortable. He's a big puncher at this weight, and I think that may be the difference, the strength, the youth, and the weight. Freddie's also 33.
Talent and being the championship has something to do with it, being a champion, because he fights with such confidence, Bobby. I mean, this guy's never tasted defeat.
20 seconds left of the opening round, scheduled for 12 for the IBF welterweight championship.
A very quiet opening round. Tito not opening up here.
Here's the first big punch that missed, and Fearless, in his ever charismatic style, says, hey, what happened there?
Taunting Trinidad a little bit, maybe get the young man out of his game.
Tira mondo para ahí, por abajo. Banqueta adelante, banqueta adelante. Mondo para ahí, por ahí. La banqueta tiene que subir primero, ahí.
All he's saying is, this is his dad, Felix Trinidad, senior, the
Estamos haciendo la pelea como tiene que ser. Ya mismito va a empezar a llegar ese ya. No te cuides. Él va a seguir haciendo marómetros, ya que él es un maromero padre, un macho para macho, algo así más o menos. ¿Tú me entiendes? Pero ya mismito.
He comes forward. You see what he's trying to do? The thing we saw in the tape. He steps forward. You almost caught him. That'll get him, baby. You listen to me. That'll get him. Keep your hands up. Get out small. Don't raise your head up. One more deep breath. Give me another one. Through the nose, out the mouth. It's your fight. It's your fight. You're faster. You're stronger.
Seconds out.
One round of the books, the proverbial feeling out round, as there wasn't too much scoring going on. Here we go, round number 2.
Yeah, that was about as uneventful as we could expect.
Trinidad basically fights every fight the same, hard and in dominating fashion. He feels more motivated now because now he's a target. He says he's just got too much at stake. He ended that first round with a wild punch that missed, and Fearless Freddie Pendleton tried to taunt him, but that's not going to affect Trinidad.
Pendleton was stopped by Frankie Randall way back in '85. Once again in '88 by a guy named John Montes. But in the past 8 years, he has not been stopped, and he's fought some very, very credible opposition. He really has come into his own. I'm really anxious to see what he can put together here tonight.
I've seen him be aggressive, but not effectively aggressive, as in the Giovanni Parisi fight. I've seen him show tremendous heart and courage, too, as in the Darrell Tyson fight, no relation to Mike, for the USBA junior welterweight crown.
Just stuck his tongue out. Felix Trinidad, not a good thing to do.
Well, he's got that flashy reputation in terms of demeanor, sticking out the tongue. Some feel he may have been humbled by the loss to Rafael Ruelas. But every once in a while, he does that tongue thing, which is a huge turnoff to judges and fans, and his trainer, Al Bonanni, from Miami. He says he realizes everybody hates it. It's a bad habit, but he says, I'm too quick to get hit.
Well, I don't know about too quick to get hit, but maybe too quick to get hit just while the tongue's out.
That's the midway point of round 2. I think the only guy who can get away with that is Michael Jordan.
Yeah, nobody's trying to hit him.
Right.
They are, but they can't get up that high.
You know, they feel Freddie's a little quicker in his corner than Trinidad. Want him to get off first, use a jab, and time Trinidad coming out of some of those big punch combinations. We'll see what happens.
Well, Freddie ought to be getting a little bit of confidence, because Trinidad has not come out here to wipe out the place with him. He's fighting nice and calm. It's not like he's up here to eliminate him in a second, so he should be getting confident.
Well, here's a straight right hand by Felix Trinidad, and the gesture as if to say, that's all you got for Freddie Pendleton.
He said, for now. That's all we got for now. Later, more to come later. Now, that argument raged in whether the tongue sticking out was anything, and he said, you know, I've never been hit yet. I said, when you do get hit, it is not going to be anything but stars and stripes. Boy, you're going to see some stars.
Bobby, your instant analysis of Trinidad here in the early going.
Well, you know, right now Trinidad is a little bit pensive. He's a little bit careful, maybe a little too careful, but he's fighting what should be a smart fight. He's got to feel out the veteran. He's been in with a lot of opposition, 60-some-odd fights. He's got to be a little careful and work what he does best.
And this is dangerous, as the challenger Pendleton going for the one-punch knockout there. Heading for the bell.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Open up then. Now let's stand back. He's staying back, so you gotta have to make the fight a little bit more. You're doing good. You're trying to bait him into...
Let's see that straight right hand whack, and now watch the tongue. Yeah. But that distance is so great you couldn't bridge that with a gun.
No, he hit you with a right-handed. Did sting you? I'm telling you. He ain't got that much. Give me this. Deep breath.
Sticking your tongue out.
Keep your hands up. Every time he jabs, double jab him back.
Okay.
Every time he jabs, counter him back. Okay, with right hands and hooks. All right? You get off first, and if he jabs, you jab back.
When Al Bonanni just said he ain't got that much, Freddie and I just looked at each other. Okay.
It was a contest to see whose eyebrows could go up any further.
Well, the corner part of their job is to kind of pump you up, and that's one way to do it.
Round 3. Pendleton doesn't seem to be intimidated by Trinidad's speed for power. But Trinidad's one of those guys, Bobby, as you have pointed out in the past, he's not just a welterweight, he's a big welterweight, borderline junior middleweight at 154. He's 5'11", and he's full and he's thick.
He'll eventually be a full middleweight at least. Although, watch this round, you notice as we started, Pendleton stepping in a little bit this time. Trinidad, pensive, going backward a little bit.
Pendleton missing with the right. Again, looking to taunt Trinidad, which is a mistake. It'll take an awful lot to get a guy like Felix Trinidad out of his concentration, his focus, his game plan. He may look loosey-goosey coming in.
Break!
But he's all business when the bell sounds.
Yeah, Felix is all business, and Freddie's trying to do whatever he can to flush him up a little bit, but it's not working.
Trinidad missing with that straight right, connecting with the left, but it was a low blow. Richard Steele says to Trinidad, get the blows up.
I'll tell you what, that hook was pretty good. There's a nice, what we call rocking right hand. He countered, he rocked out and fired right in, hit Trinidad square in the button. Nice combination.
Again, the lunging right by Fearless Freddie Pendleton, tied up by Trinidad. Trinidad 28-0 with 24 knockouts, his 9th title defense.
Nice left hook to the body by Trinidad.
A 33-year-old Pendleton, 40-20-4 with 28 knockouts. His 6th world title fight. Former IBF lightweight champion.
Break!
Wrestling tactics there by Pendleton.
Both fighters are fairly quick on the inside to tie the other one up. They don't really want to work. You see Trinidad right on top of Pendleton's neck. So
keep it clean.
Both fighters pretty quick to grab on.
Richard Steele telling Trinidad, keep it clean. Trinidad, tremendous puncher with either hand, also a good boxer. Has been known, as mentioned, to take his time getting started, but a terrific finisher when he gets his opponent in trouble. We've seen him start slowly. Uppercut, right uppercut by Trinidad.
A nice left hook counter by Pendleton. That combination was almost an even exchange.
Break, step back.
Final seconds of round 3 for the IBF welterweight title. There's the foul. Let's go over to the fight, Dr. Bernie Pacheco, with the former featherweight champion, Eloy Rojas. Doc?
All right, disappointed, and are you going to retire? ¿Te vas a retirar?
Sí, efectivamente, ya yo tenía planeado, en caso de ganar esta pelea, unificar con Tom Johnson, posteriormente retirarme.
All right, he was planning to fight Boom Boom and then retire, but now he's going to retire definitely. Tú estabas enfrente, you were ahead on the cards. Did you expect that knockout so resoundingly? ¿Te sorprendió el knockout?
Mira, exactamente, tuve indicaciones de la esquina que la pelea estaba pequeña, cuando yo tenía ciertas dudas también de que yo estaba ganando, por supuesto, ¿no? La esquina me mandó a pelear, a presionar un poco más para sacar un poco más de ventaja. Bueno, y ustedes saben el resultado, pero un resultado lamentable para mi carrera, pero en todo caso, todo trae algo positivo, pues en este caso es el retiro, es una carrera de alto riesgo donde se pone la vida.
All right, I have to cut him off. He is sorry that he lost, but he couldn't help it.
All right, Ferdy, so in a stunning upset, stunning because one judge didn't have him winning a single round, the other two had him behind by comfortable margins. Wilfredo Vasquez stopping Eloy Rojas in the 11th round for the WBA Featherweight Championship. Here we are in the IBF Welterweight Championship fight, round 4.
Well, I thought Rojas was way ahead myself, but 10 or 10.5 rounds was not a fight make.
As we discovered, Pendleton still standing in front of Trinidad, a dangerous strategy. Trinidad's a worker. He'll put punches together.
Oh, that was south.
You're holding him down. Keep it up. You're holding him down, okay? Keep him up.
Richard Steele does the cautioning. Pendleton looking to dig to the body. Wild swing and a miss with a left hook by Fearless Freddie Pendleton.
That's the second warning for low blows given by Richard Steele to Felix Trinidad. A couple of those hooks just going a little south of the border.
Usually Trinidad makes his opponent pay when they miss. We'll see what happens here.
The action heating up a little bit from before I left. They were just kind of patsying when I left. They're down to business now.
Trinidad, a very good counter puncher.
Bobby, who won the last round? I was gone.
The last round was also won by Trinidad, but again, the margins are very, very slim. He's not winning by a lot. What we saw in the last round, Freddie, Pendleton started to come forward, as he's doing now. He's starting to come forward. Trinidad, not necessarily pressing issue all the time.
Round 4 continues. A left hook there by Pendleton.
Keep him up, Freddie. Keep him up.
Let's fly with a straight right hand. Pendleton opening things up here a bit.
He's taking his chances, is Pendleton.
He's coming straight forward, pouring in on Felix Trinidad.
Freddie's done some nice work on speed and counters just like that right hand, Steve.
Beautiful straight right by Freddie Pendleton.
Freddie throwing everything he's got on those punches. He's trying to hit a home run.
He tagged him with another right. But unfortunately for Pendleton, Trinidad was moving backward.
Well, I know he got Tito's attention with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Trinidad looking a lot more intense than before. Combination by Trinidad.
And a nice punch underneath, even though it was low.
It was low. Richard Steele did not see it. Now, here comes Trinidad.
Pendleton gives me the impression a little bit that he might be a little hurt. His legs didn't look under him, but I haven't seen any really clean blows.
Well, that was a body shot, and I think he caved in a little bit. Not much, but that's the first indication.
Heading for the bell. Round 4's over.
Tranquilo, mucho aire, país. Mucho aire. Mucho aire. Muy bien. Con calma, respirando por la nariz. Respirando por la nariz, por la boca. Mucho aire. Tito, él está atrás, ya está atrás. Él va a salir ahora a buscar un golpe de suerte. Ok. Óyeme lo que te estoy diciendo. Él va a salir ahora a buscar un golpe de suerte. Manténlo a raya por lo menos un minuto. ¿Me entiendes? Pero poniéndole presión. ¿Sabes? La presión, que no me le quite la presión.
He said you're ahead in every round, but now he's going to come out looking for you. He's going to look for that body blow, come right on top when he comes in with a body blow.
Well, here you see a low blow, too. You know, he just takes him and digs him up and just throws it south.
Yeah,
Freddie pulled his head down, but he just let it go, and it went loud.
Yeah, he did. But Pendleton comes back fighting. I mean, you know, this was a good round, the best round for Pendleton, because he's trying so hard to land that right hand, and he did a couple of times. He caught Tito's attention, I'll say that.
A little more sense of urgency in that Trinidad corner as we head into round number 5. Pendleton's corner yelling at him to go to the body and counter punch between rounds. Round 4 was Pendleton's best round yet.
You know, he landed some really big bombs there. I gave him an even round.
I did too.
Right toward the end, Tito started to take over the round. And let's see what happens now as round 5 starts.
Get a little taunting there by Pendleton as Trinidad with a little head fake, little stutter step, but he hasn't thrown. He's waiting. There it is. A lunging straight right by Trinidad.
He tries to go right over the jab if he can. Trinidad's got trigger fast reflexes, which is what all great fighters have to have. I mean, when he's in front of you, it's like a spring. Oh, nice uppercut.
The right uppercut by Trinidad, twisting.
Watch your head. Great. Watch your head.
Richard Steele doesn't want any cuts, no headbutts here. No technicalities. Trinidad, very confident.
Freddie Pendleton pulls away on that right hand very well. He rolls with that punch, minimizing the power, but he's got to stay out of that range.
Trinidad bobbing and waving, looking for the opening, very patient.
Bobby, that punch is getting closer and closer.
Oh, here we go! Pendleton's down! What a shot!
Right before Pendleton went down, he went back to the corner as if something was wrong, and he shook his head. Got hit with a left hand. He's not getting up.
He looked over the corner, he goes down, and it's over. It's over here in round 5. Felix Trinidad retains his title.
Another questionable finish. It's a strange finish. What was that?
He looked at the corner, he went over to the corner, looking almost directly at us, because we're corner is here, and shook his head no, and had a distressed look on his face. And he shook his head no, and I went to myself
and he hit one body shot hit him. He must have, you know, a broken rib or some kind of pain to him, because I didn't see any damage to him that occasioned that.
Prior to this, no, I didn't see it.
What a powerful left hook to the body of Freddie Pendleton. I can't wait till you get to talk to him to find out.
I hope we get to talk to Pendleton because that requires an explanation. Let's see if we can see anything, Bobby, in a replay that we didn't see here with the naked eye, because it sure went by me. Yep. Let's take the first look at it and see if we can see what Bobby was talking about when he was just looking. Now this is already in the corner, and there's the hook underneath. That's not enough to drop him.
No, it's not enough to keep him down for 10. Something else had to be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what, though.
Well, it could have
if
been
we
a
had your
cracked
tape
rib.
roll back further, at the angle we saw the fight at, he just went back to that corner and he looked distressed.
Where he hit him is right at the bottom of the rib cage there. If he has a cracked rib there, it hurts. But if it's true, what you saw, if it's true, when he came through here and looked at his corner, he must have already been hurt.
I saw something in his eyes in the last round. Here's another look at it.
Bobby.
But I saw something in his eyes in the last round. We'll watch it. See, he's looking away and he's shaking his head no, like something's wrong. And he sits there and he gets hit. And it was a very clean left hook, but you can see him shaking his head toward his corner.
And did it look like he was going down even before the punch?
Yeah, it looked like the very next thing that was thrown he was going to go down with. That's what it looked like.
I'm confused.
So, a bizarre ending here to the 5th round. A lot of chatter going on in that Trinidad corner as he retains his IBF welterweight championship.
1/2 pounds with a record of 21 wins, 1 defeat. He has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome tonight's challenger, ranked the #9 welterweight contender in the world by the IBF. Introducing the pride and joy of Sacramento, here is Dangerous Ray Lovato. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing blue trunks with gray trim and hailing from Cupe Alto, Puerto Rico. He weighed into the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with 29 wins, no losses, 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome one of the stars of the welterweight division and all of boxing. Tonight he is making the 10th defense of his title, introducing the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world. Aquí está